this is Barney from Napalm Death, and you are watching with both eyes Ramsey.
Barney, good to meet you.
Afternoon.
Welcome to Download.
Yeah.
Despite being on second last, you're only playing for 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
How do you prep for a set list like that
Total
with the
noise
discography
attack,
you've got?
That's all I'm going to say. It'll be total noise attack. Prep is not in Napalm Death's dictionary, you know what I mean? But it'll be manic, you know, because when you're doing 30 minutes, you don't have to worry about lasting the mile, you know what I mean? So running the marathon, as it were. So yeah, it'll be intense. Boom, 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 you know.
Nice. I'm really looking forward to that. Is there going to be any concentration on any of the new releases?
There'll be a lot of the new stuff from the album Throws of Joy and the mini album Resentment is Always Size Me. There'll be quite a bit from that. I mean, we've got half an hour, but we've got like a 20 song set. So, you know, it's Napalm Death, man, you know what I mean?
Nice. I saw when Resentment for Always Size Me came out, it wasn't really publicised or anything like that. That was a complete surprise to me. But
no, that was
for those that don't know,
that was the idea. We wanted to kind of do it like back in the day, like DIY underground gigs. You'd go and you'd find a new something from a band and you just didn't even know it was coming out. So we wanted to kind of do that, you know, reflect that from back in the day, just put it out without a grand fanfare. You know, it's not complicated. It's a good front cover and it's well designed, I think. But there's not a lot of, you know, it's not this multiple great big bloody cardboard thing, you know, it's a very simple thing.
Nice. What was the writing process for like that? Was that written by itself or did it just follow straight on from
No,
Throat?
it was part of the session. The songs are in the same session. It's just the ones that didn't get used not because they were, to us at least, secondary. They were just didn't quite fit the flavour of what we ended up with the album. So those were recorded at the same time as when.
Nice. So you're now, is this 41 years? You're going strong now, thereabouts?
Well, first semblance of Napalm Death is 81. Yeah, it is 41 years. I kind of remember sometimes, then I forget about it, you know. But
That's part of age. I'm like that, which is why I've always got the notes now.
Yeah.
COVID really ruined my mind as well. So.
Yeah? Oh, you got it.
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
pretty bad.
Yeah, I had it pretty rough, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, that long a career as a band in whole, how do you keep it so aggressive? And how does the body and
I
the
don't
mind
think
keep
about it as a career. That's the key thing there, you know.
Nice.
It was never a career to me, because career to me feels like a clock in, clock out, you know, sort of weekend warrior sort of thing. There's never, you know, Napalm is art. It's our art, my art, and I take it very seriously. It's not like something I turn on and turn off in my mind, you know. It's consistent and it's constant, you know. Yep. So it's almost like a phantom limb, you know. It's part of. So yeah, I mean, I always wanted to play something like Napalm Death. You know, I'm not interested in convention or sticking to what people consider to be the right way to write music. For me, it's all about the noise. It's all about what we can do that is unconventional. And yeah, playing at a million miles an hour and being really abrasive. That's what drives me. If that was ever taken away, if the edges were smoothed off, I wouldn't be interested anymore. Must be honest. You know.
Oh, that's fair. I suppose like a festival like this plays into that. I imagine, much like me, there's going to be loads that are desperate to see you play again tonight.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know what percentage of people at these kind of festivals would look to Napalm Death. You know, I just don't know. You know, either way. I know when we played here before, it seems to be very enthusiastic. And it does surprise you sometimes, because obviously there's a lot of acts on this just sort of very, very mainstream, very listener friendly. Napalm Death is not, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a very pleasant surprise, you know, that the amount of people that we get crammed into these tents, because it's generally always been the tent. Yep. It blows my mind actually, you know. So
that ties into like the next thing as well. It's like, obviously you did Glastonbury not long back before COVID. And that is completely polar opposite of anything like this.
Well, yes and no, because the original spirit, I went to the early Glastonburys, you know, when it was hippies and running from the police and stuff like that, and Napalm is part of that, kind of that general vibe, feeling, however you want to put it. So, in some ways, Napalm Death is equally as close to that, you know, than what it is to this. You know, because Napalm straddles a lot of different fences. You know, it's not just the kind of audience that will come to download that would come to an Napalm Death gig, and that's a great position to be in, you know. So.
No, I like that. Obviously, that kind of works with all the thing that you're about, which is you're very a political band and veganism, etc., etc. But you don't force that either.
Well, the thing is this, right? I would say we're equally apolitical, because the ideas that we actually espouse are human ideas, and human ideas surely and should transcend politics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a person. You know, I come from the left. You know, that's as how I grew up. That was where my ideas kind of came from. So yeah, you know, it's that. You know, yeah, that's what we are. We're a human ideas band. You know.
Do you ever get fans that begrudge you for your opinions and how you feel and what you represent in yourself?
From time to time you get people that, you know, are in opposition to what you say, but you know what, that's fine, man. I'm not, going back to your previous question, I'm not here to beat people with a stick.
Yeah.
That's not the point, because that's how would you say, that's kind of entrapment in a way, and I'm not there, but I am here to say there is a better way.
Yeah.
There are better ways, you know. Doesn't mean I'm here to say you must do what I say and do what I do.
It's not a dictatorship.
No. The whole essence of where Napalm takes ideas was about actually true freedom, anarchy in a way, you know what I mean? Peaceful anarchy. So that's where I continue to, you know, that's where my path goes, you know.
Yeah. How's the band feel this day and age about putting music out that's just as aggressive? 'Cause it's just as relevant now as it was in the 80s.
Relevant is it's highly subjective, you know, so I don't know how relevant we are or we aren't, and that's not a concern for us. I mean, what we try and do is we try and make stuff that's, like I say, confrontational, abrasive, and off-kilter, so not conforming to a blueprint, you know. We do what we do, and there's no consideration, oh, you know, you've got to make it more like a single, so it sounds, I'm not fucking interested in that. If it's a single, it will turn into a single. I'm not interested in moulding myself, you know, to in a particular, not interested.
All right, well, just to wrap it up, you've got a huge tour coming up next year. Do you want to tell us about that, where you can get tickets, etc.?
Oh, you mean the campaign tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you get tickets, so I'm not up on these kind of things. But yeah, it's going through all Europe, through the UK. As far as the band's on it, I think Doom is still on it, as far as I know, which is great. Old friends of mine from back in the day. And I'm not 100% sure who is confirmed for it yet. You might know better than I do.
I know nothing other than that you guys are on it, and that was enough for me.
Yeah, all right, yeah. We both know nothing. Yeah,
it's the best way.
Yeah.
All right, we'll let you crack on.
All right,
have a good festival, and I can't wait for your set.
Thank you. Cheers. All the best.